Today's the first day this year that I'm putting on crampons. Aizen in Japanese and maybe in German as well. That's where the origin is from. Already got this one on right here. Makes it so you don't slip. Hi, this is Quinlan, and it is December 20th. I'm at the trailhead to Mount Himekami, which is a relatively humble mountain at just 1,123 meters, but it's right here in Morioka, and it boasts a gorgeous view of Mount Iwate from the summit, if it's clear enough. It's technically one of the 200 greatest mountains in Japan. In Japan, they've got like the top 100 mountains, the top 200 mountains, the top 300 mountains. I don't know how far they're going with that, but there's at least up to 300 top mountains, and this is in the top 200 in terms of beauty, I suppose. Mount Himekami is one of the three holy mountains of Iwate, them being Mount Iwate, Mount Haichine, and Mount Himekami. And according to local folk legend, Mount Himekami is the wife of Mount Iwate. Today, I'm in a socially distanced group of 5 of us total. You may remember Wakako-san from a video I did in Haichine earlier this year. This is the Ippon-sugi Trail, or the solitary standing cedar trail that we're going up today. It's the most common way to go up Mount Himekami. For most people, it's about a 3-hour hike, roughly. It's supposed to take you 1 hour and 40 minutes to reach the summit via this trail, and a little less than that to come back down. If you're fast, you can easily make the summit in 1 hour, but that's in the normal green season. With snow, it's pretty slippery at the top, so you end up having to go a bit slower. Enter this cedar forest to get to the reason why this trail is named the Ippon-sugi, or the solitary cedar trail. There is a very large cedar tree that we will pass. This is Ippon-sugi, the large cedar after which this trail is named. Up the stairs we go. And at the top of the steps, we will reach the 5th station, officially the halfway mark. Doing okay?
Okay. This is my first winter mountain attack, and so I'm excited and looking forward to making the summit. It's so far. Yeah.
The stairs still continue upward a bit farther, but we're getting towards the top. And here we are, reaching the 5th station, officially the halfway mark. I think we should probably stop, take a break here, wait for everybody to catch up. So we zipped right up to the 5th station. Yeah, so far, beautiful day. It's supposed to get windy and snowy, and according to the weather forecast, it's -16 at the summit. We'll see. I'm hot, I'm sweating, but my toes are cold. It just took us 24 minutes to reach this 5th station halfway. Now we're gonna wait for everybody else. To be totally honest, Mount Himekami, the hike up isn't the most stunningly gorgeous hike, but it is great exercise, and the very top summit area, as you'll see soon, is pretty nice. Also, it's a great hike for when it's bad weather and you don't want to go somewhere that's perhaps more dangerous. And in no time at all, we've reached the 8th station, just another 720 meters till we reach the summit. The top part starts getting a little bit more steep. You can see we're sort of going up on some rocks here a little bit. But in the summer, you can run all the way to the top in less than an hour if you're fast and you feel like just getting some exercise. In the winter, this area gets pretty slippery, so not everybody, but most people wear crampons, those spiky things attached to your shoes. We're getting up to the area where there are beautiful views. Now, if this were a clear day, there would be a spectacular view of Mount Iwate from here. Sadly, it is hazy. So it's open, but there's no real view. Getting a bit windy now as we're exposed near the top. This is the first of a few shrines near the summit. There's a rusty old sign. I think that says Wakamiya Jinja and Gongen. And that head you can maybe see inside there is Gongen. And there's some frozen Japanese sake as well. The second shrine right here is Yakushi, which is actually usually a Buddhist figure, though this is a shrine. And this shrine was sacred to the Yamabushi, it says on this sign right here. And people are still offering it sake, though you don't see Yamabushi on the mountains up here. Yeah, if you don't have these tied on tight, you can see Wakako's having a little bit of problem. Her crampons keep sort of coming off a little bit. It's tough to get them tied right. And here we are, reaching the summit. Yay! We made it to the summit. Sadly, a bit too hazy to see the glorious Mount Iwate, but it's still nice to come up and pay our respects here to one of the sacred mountains of this valley, Mount Himekami. It's just a nice little short hike, about an hour and a half to the summit is all it took us to get up here, but it's certainly beautiful. It's a nice day. Feels good to be outside, even if it's not a glorious epic adventure per se. When you get up to a mountain summit in Japan, they usually have these little summit marker signs. And so you pick it up and you sort of like pose with the summit marker sign, something like this. The weather forecast said it was gonna be -16 up here on the summit. It's actually just -9. One of us actually brought a thermometer up here, so it's -9 degrees. Not bad at all. Rather balmy, really. That's because that's Celsius, of course, not Fahrenheit. As I always say, if you're already subscribed, please make sure you've got the notifications clicked so you'll know when I release a new video. If you're on Twitter, I'm GoNorthJ, and of course I'm Quinlan on Instagram. Recently, I've actually been reading the Tono Monogatari, which is a book written by an anthropologist about 110 years ago, all about Tono, but it actually is, I think, sort of illustrative of the entire Tohoku area, and I have to say, it is dark. I was surprised about just how dark it is, so if you're interested, I'm gonna start introducing on random mountaintops or other places I am, various tales from this Tono Monogatari. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in hearing little folk tales while I'm up in the mountains. One simple example of a folk tale is this is Himekami, right? This is the wife of Mount Iwate, whereas the other mountain over there, Haichine, is the lover of Mount Iwate. And they all have gods that dwell on these mountains. And it's said that a goddess came to Tono with her 3 daughters. And there's 3 holy mountains around Tono, the best of which is Mount Haichine. And she said, I will give the best mountain to my daughter who has the most spectacular dream. That night, they all went to sleep, and a lotus flower fell down from heaven onto the breast of the oldest daughter. But the youngest daughter was a really light sleeper, and she kept tossing and turning and waking up. And she did wake up, noticed this lotus flower, and she noticed the lotus flower on the breast of her eldest sister, and took it and put it on her own breast, and then went back to sleep. Then in the morning, when they woke up, the youngest daughter presented this flower that was now, because she took it on her breast, to her mother and said, "Look, mother, I've had the most amazing dream." And her mother said, "Ah, yes, sure enough, you had. That lotus flower from heaven is proof. I give unto you the most splendid, glorious mountain, Mount Hyachine." And so it was that the tricky, lying youngest sister was awarded Hyachine. And it's said that these 3 mountains have jealous goddesses that rule them around Tono. And so as a result of that, women were not allowed to go up on the mountains, as the jealous goddesses would, do something terrible to them out of jealousy. And men who went up on the mountains would carry this dried, ugly fish with them, so that there was something very ugly to make the goddesses not feel jealous of them. And that's a tradition that continued up through the modern era, apparently, among the mountain peoples. As much as it's warm and balmy out here, time is ticking. We're gonna go back down the mountain, and it's just a straight shot right back down. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the trails. As you can see, we just went straight up to the mountain to the summit, bumbled around on top for a while, and then walked right back down.